Hello, grade nines. As promised, this is the video that was to go along with the posting that I did on Friday. Uh, that posting is basically the next big topic that we're going to cover over probably the next month, and that's lines. So linear relationships and what they kind of look like, basically everything you could possibly want to know about lines. And that's the big topic that you need to know in grade 9 moving forward. So you're going to hit it next. A couple things I wanted to kind of get my facts straight before I talk to you guys. First, just came out from our board that your mark cannot go down from where you were at the start of March. March 13th when we went off. So essentially, if you were doing well and all of a sudden you have some struggles with online learning, not a big deal. Your mark can't go down. Obviously, you want to learn the content because you need it for next year, but stressing about your marks not an issue. Unfortunately, and this is kind of how it's worked for this particular course, is that the first 3 units are the most difficult 3 units. So most people's marks were going to go up from here anyway, and that's the typical common thing that happens in this course. So I'm trying to think of an analogy, and the best I can do, I know I have some basketball players that are in the classes, so I'm going to use a basketball analogy. And essentially, sorry, one second. Max, hey. Okay, so essentially what's going on is the first 3 units are skills that you're going to use in pretty much every unit moving forward and for the rest of your time studying math. So this year, grade 10, grade 11, grade 12, these are skills that you're going to use over and over again, and you're going to see them come up over and over again in this course and in future courses. So if you struggled with them, you have obviously lots of time to practice and get better. You'll find the difficulty level from this grade and up to grade 10, so the jump from grade 9 to 10 is minimal. You probably won't even notice a difference. The content, the topics, we're going to build in grade 10 on what you know about lines. So this next unit's really important in terms of content. But as far as difficulty and concepts, the stuff that we've learned in the first 3 units, moving forward, you're not going to notice a big difference. It's basically what it is. And the faster you kind of grasp it, the better your marks are going to be in every other unit. So what I kind of compare it to is basic athletic ability. So if you're agile and fast and athletic, you control your fine and gross motor skills, you're the type of person who could play multiple sports, and your abilities apply to multiple sports. Well, that is essentially what those first 3 units are like. You've kind of got the basics, footwork, the athletic skills necessary to do well in multiple sports. And now, if we were to look at what we're going to learn moving forward, these are, less of the fundamentals and more like very specific things that you need to be able to do. And a lot of that is, more comparable to, say, for example, you're not good at basketball, but you can shoot free throws from the foul line. You throw the ball up and hit a basket fairly frequently. That skill that doesn't make a good basketball player, but you could be a poor basketball player and still do well at free throws. And it helps, obviously, to be an athlete and to be a good basketball player in general to shoot free throws, but it's not necessary. And you'll find that these next couple units, they will use the skills, but there's a lot of things that you have to do that are just very specific, very basic mathematics. So less of the big picture stuff and more specific, I need to be able to do this kind of stuff. So typically marks go up. Typically the worst is behind you, and as long as you keep focused and keep doing the work that's assigned and listen to the videos and asking questions, I'm confident your marks are going to improve. And obviously, if you've already been doing really well, it's on you to keep doing well. But typically, this is easier stuff, so you shouldn't be worried at all. So hopefully that makes you feel a little better. I will update once you've done these tests. I'm going to mark them this weekend and try to get them back to you as soon as possible. And I'll give them back to you with your mark at March 13th and then your updated mark, so that you know exactly where you are and what you have to do to get this credit moving forward. So the other thing I wanted to let you know, probably every 2 weeks, at the very end of the 2 weeks, we'll do a small assessment rather than a full test. So the test you did, or you're going to do in this course for Unit 3, that was a reduced test. So the one that you would have done in class in person for an hour and 15 minutes would have had an extra 3 questions roughly in knowledge and an extra question in thinking. So I cut about 4 questions out of the test so that it was reduced. And then I gave you an extra hour, essentially. With 4 questions down, you probably lose 15 minutes of the test. So now I gave you an extra hour to finish it, and I figured that was sufficient. So hopefully it was. If you found that it was way too long for the 2 hours that you had, then your knowledge level has to improve, or at least your comfort level in manipulating equations. But again, you'll have opportunities to fix that as we move forward, and in every unit moving forward as well, in grade 9 and in the grade 10. So hopefully that's satisfying to you. And if you have any questions, don't feel free to post on the discussion or email me directly. But yeah, that's kind of the update. So next week we'll start with lines. We're going to do probably 2 lessons, two videos that'll drop, and 2 lessons that'll be posted per week. That'll give you time to do the lessons and the homework that is associated with those lessons. And then after that, on the second week, we'll do a small assessment. So probably won't have a full review. I'll give you, a list of the topics, but I won't probably do a formal full review because we'll just run out of time. But I'll give you guys an idea of exactly what's going to be on the assessment and kind of go from there. So hopefully that is sufficient, and we can start pulling up some marks and getting some confidence back, because obviously those first 3 units, as I said, were difficult, fundamental units. The skills that are there, you'll be able to practice for the rest of your high school career. Naturally, if you haven't seen enough of it or haven't done enough of it, or your mind doesn't work that way, you got to work at it. There's no other solution to the problem. I liken it again to basketball. If you came from a school and you were one of the top 5 basketball players and you're in grade 8 and you started on your school basketball team, now you come to SAB and all of a sudden you try out and maybe you don't even make the basketball team. Not only are you not a starter, but you're not even on the team, because you've got the best players from all over coming together, and all of a sudden you see the level of competition, and that unfortunately is only going to increase as you move forward. And the solution to the problem is time and effort and focus, and I will try to help you get there. But it comes down to your effort and your ability to either ask the questions or grasp the content, or find some extra videos, etc., that can help explain whatever topic we're covering. And if you want that, I absolutely can post numerous videos. So if you give me a topic, a question, you want more, or ask for a video on a topic, I can find you the best video that'll explain that topic, and then post it for you. So again, use discussion and take advantage of that, and then let me know what you need, and I will get it for you so that you can be successful. All right, have a great weekend. There's some sun shining, so hope you enjoy that, and I will see you on Monday.